Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. Genuinely, I really do appreciate it. My socials will appear at the bottom of the screen if you want to check those out. So shorts on TikTok and bits and pieces and stuff like that as well. So if you do want to check that out, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. So it's a happy day again. Happy midweek. Everybody got annoyed with the Millwall result because we lost, and the manner that we lost and everything and that sits in between, and then we go out and put in a performance like we did against Watford, and it was an interesting game overall because we actually had the less amount of possession. I think we had 39% possession in that game. So overall, we can't be anything, excuse me, other than just very, very happy with the result. It's another 4-0 victory. It's a game where we were ruthless in front of goal. It's a game where Meslier comes to the forefront as well in terms of making a save when it's at 2-0. It's a game where I think more and more people are starting to believe now that we're actually a very, very good football side, and that we are actually good at what we do, and we are putting ourselves in such a strong position, which is, it's the important thing. It's just really pleasing to watch us play football at the moment and see how we are progressing, and to see how attacking we are as a team, how good we are as a team now. So, I mean, the easiest thing to talk about is the goals more than anything, I suppose. So the first goal is an absolute balls up by their centre-back. I think it was Abenquire, that played the ball back blindly. I think he was trying to play it back to Pollock, and he did not see Dan James coming in, blindsiding him completely and taking control of the ball, looking up and just finishing really, really well. Really pleased for Dan James. He's missed a couple of opportunities, so it was nice to see him get that goal as his first goal anyways. But just overall, the game from there was really, really good. You could see the benefit that a lot of the players had from being able to have a rest. People like Tanaka, people like Aronson, James, Solomon, Pirro, they all looked fresh. They all looked hungry. And then you've got, I think it was Tanaka that got the ball, played the ball out to Aronson. Aronson then played the ball to Pirro. Pirro then played a lovely scoop round pass into Dan James. Dan James takes one touch and then absolutely thunder twatted the ball into the goal. Brilliant. That makes it 2-0. And we're in cruise control at this point. I think overall we had 20 shots overall, and Watford had 6, which is actually hilarious, but there we go. Firpo then does the throw-in. Throw-in then goes to Solomon. Solomon does a really good job of holding off his defender. I think it was Abenquire again. It was either Andrews or Abenquire that he holds off to run into. And if I'm butchering that name, I apologise. That he runs past and runs into, gets the shot, gets the deflection off the defender. Wrong foot to keeper, goes in 3-0. Clean sailing, game's done. Game's absolutely... absolutely done. So that there's not a lot else to say about the first half. We dominated. We did really, really well. When you look at the momentum graph, and just for the avoidance of doubt, the way that momentum graphs work is that the home team is upwards and the away team is downwards. So the way that it works is if you've got possession of the ball, you get a little mark on the momentum graph. How far you go into the opposition's half then dictates the actual overall momentum of that specific period. And when you look at the momentum graph, it's just silly. we just looked so much better overall, and we were just doing such a good job of just controlling the game. Like I said, they had the overall possession, but when you look at the momentum graph, it's just completely different. Second half starts, and then we get Pirro with his goal on 62 minutes, and it's really hard to try and describe this goal without it saying that we would, by this point, we were just taking the piss, is a really fair assumption of what was going on. Tanaka receives the ball. Ince had been substituted on. He was getting murderous abuse anyways. And Tanaka effectively took Paul Ince for a bit of a stroll around Vicarage Road, spun him round and ran him off in a different direction, played the ball through to Solomon. Solomon plays a lovely ball into Pirro's feet. Pollock comes to try to defend Pirro, and he absolutely puts him on his arse with some lovely, lovely footwork, and then buries it in the bottom right-hand corner to make it 4-0. And that is, excuse me, effectively game done. It was lovely to watch. It was lovely to see. It was fantastic to just to watch. Everybody's now starting to say that, you know, we're the team that's going to get promoted in X, Y, and Z. Listen, there's a lot of football to go yet. There's a lot still to be done. There's a lot of games left to play, all of that kind of stuff. There's going to be some ups and downs. There's going to be some topsy-turvies, however you want to pronounce it. But this is absolutely scintillating football to watch. Scintillating football to watch. It's just fantastic. And like I said, you know, I want to speak again with regards to Meslier, the save that he makes it 2-0. If he doesn't make that save, it's a completely different game. He did a really good job of spreading himself and just making himself look really, really good. And like, you know, I'm just pleased. It's really funny because you're trying to enjoy it and you're trying to sort of get your head around what's going on and how it's all working and just to be happy about stuff. But wow, it's really hard not to let the Leedsy mental stuff start talking to you as it usually does. But, you know, Solomon got man of the match in that game with an 8.8 overall. Pirro as well got an 8.8. So it depends how you look at it in terms of flair and stuff. Pirro, I think, as well, overall, he had 100% pass ratio. I think he did. Let me just have a quick look. Pass success rate. Let's see. Let's work this one out now. Are you ready for this? I'm going to give you some stats. Ridiculous stats. So substitute-wise, Ramazani came on, 100% pass record, 100% pass success rate. Nonto, 100%. Joseph, 100%. Rothwell, 100%. And then you go to the main people in the game. Solomon, 100%. Pirro, 100%. Gruev, 90. Ampadu, 90. Firpo, 92. Rodon, 88. Just absolutely brilliant. And that's what it's all about. We seem to have started to click through the gears a little bit, and I'm here for it. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing at the moment. We've obviously got a difficult game with Sunderland coming to... Well, we've got a very, very difficult week coming up. So we have Sunderland at home, and then we have Sheffield United away. I think that could be season-defining, almost. It's so... excuse me, it's just really weird because just everything, the tracking back, the chasing down, the harassing, all of that kind of good stuff. And my one disappointment is that the little back heel from Brendan Aronson going into James in the second half to make it to try and make it 5-0, had that have gone in, it's just, I can't speak highly enough of the players. Dan James is an absolute cheat code. Solomon is just on different levels. Pirro, we're now 20 goal involvements for Pirro this season. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dan James, is that 10 goals for Dan James this season? Solomon's on 6 now. Just, we're spreading the load around, which is just brilliant, which makes it so hard for teams to defend against us. It really, really does. I'm just a happy boy. I'm excuse me, rolling in the glow of conceited shit that is our performance so far over the last few games. We've been phenomenal. What's the stat now? 18 goals without conceding. 18 goals without conceding. Just brilliant. Just round of applause to everybody. Well done. That's going to do it for this one. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will hopefully see you on the next one. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. Cheers.